let me introduce our guest speaker for today, the broker manager of RLC Residences, Ms. Cherry Victorio.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like, of course, to thank the whole group of Oh My Home, specifically the elite group, for having me once again today, especially to Miss Ice and Mr. Elmer, our ever supportive key executives from the Elite Network Group. Okay, so today naman I'll be sharing with you actually a newly launched tower in one of RLC Residences developments. Okay, so it's also one of the fast moving developments within RLC Residences portfolio. Okay, so I'll just be sharing my screen. Before I finally start with my presentation, so I'd like to introduce myself once again. So I'm Cherry Victoria from the RLC Brokers Network. And I think it's my third time presenting to the elite group of Oh My Home. And I just would like to share that I've been with RLC for about 7 years already. And with that span of time, well, for me, it's always been a pleasure to share with everyone, of course, RLC Residences projects. Okay. So at this point, I'll be sharing with you the presentation about our newly launched tower in one of RLC Residences projects. So it's the Sink and Tower. Okay, so it's actually situated directly along C5 Road, which gives access to our future homeowners towards PGC area, as well as Makati CBD, and even Ortigas Central Business District. And of course, gives us access to different thoroughfares as well. Aside from EDSA, we also have the C5, of course, the C5 corridor. And aside from that, of course, since this one is strategically located along C5 corridor, not only that, because of the developments happening around the C5 corridor, it's actually what we call now a new prime spot for growth or a potential new central business district. And what are those developments nearby Sink or along C5 corridor? So towards north, we have here our townships or estates currently existing already. Of course, we are nearby Park Links. We also have Bridgetown, which is also a part of RLC Residences portfolio, a township. And also we have the Ortigas East, Arcovia City. And towards the south naman are our standalone condo projects. So we have different developments here. We have Chem Residences, Portico, Lumiere Residences, Prisma Residences, and Allegra Garden. And of course, across that would be the Sink Towers right here. So just to give you a brief background about the development, in 2018, RLC Residences acquired at around 1.3 hectares of land area, specifically the called URC Britannia property, the formerly known as URC Britannia, which will use to develop Sink. And at around 2019, from there, we have launched the S Tower. So it's the first tower of the Sink towers. And from there, within just 5 months after launching, we have sold 75% of the units already. And after 2 summers lang naman, we have launched the Y Tower or the second tower of the Sink Towers. And with just 4 months after the launching, we have sold 70% of the units already. So that's how fast selling Sink Towers is. And right now, we are proud to announce that the Sink SNY, right now, year 2022, we have already sold out 100% of all the units. That's why we're very excited to share with you the newly launched tower, the N Tower. So kaka-launch lang nito just last October 14. And right now, we have already started selling the N Tower. Okay. So zooming onto the development's vicinity map, as we can see here, Sink is located directly along C5 Road. So this is the whole 1.3 hectare development. So we actually have 4 towers in sync. So as mentioned, the S and Y is a part of the phase 1. And for the phase 2 would be the N and C towers. So right now we are selling the N tower at 36 physical floors. So right here, as we can see, the S and C towers are facing C5 Road, while the Y and N towers are facing the Yakal Street. Okay, so this would be the artist render of the development, the building facade. So this would be the S tower, the Y tower, the N tower, and the C tower. So this road is the Yakal Street, while on the other side would be the C5 road. Okay, so moving on to the building stacking. So starting at the ground floor, right here we can find the retail options and the lobby as well. So there will be a separate area for the lobby, which will be shared by the Y or the N and C tower rather. Okay, so starting at the 2nd to 4th podium levels would be the residential parking dedicated for our residents, of course. And at the 5th and 6th level would be the amenity area and some of the residential units. And as we go up naman, it's the 7th to 26th floor, the low zone. And on the 27th level, we have here the amenity floor dedicated specifically for the amenities and sky bridges. Yes, sky bridges, because all of our towers are interconnected within those sky bridges. So later on, we'll be having an overview of those amenities and even the sky bridges connecting to those towers. And lastly, from 28th to 36th floor would be the high zone, or our residential floors specifically. Okay, so this will be a view of or the layout of the ground floor. And from here, we can find the S and Y tower lobby. So there will be a separate S and Y tower lobby. Third would be the supermarket. So only a few of our developments have the feature of the Robinson supermarket, and Sync as one of those. So that's one of the key selling points for this development. Aside from that, we can also find here the phase 1 retail units, the N and C shared lobby as mentioned a while ago. So this one would be the N and C shared lobby. And lastly, the phase 2 retail units right here. So this would be the rendition of the N and C drop-off area. The retail area, so as we can notice here, kung naka-attend kayo sa presentations ko previously about Sapphire, so medyo hawig sila ni Sync and Tower in terms of the retail areas. The NNC main lobby and the lift lobby. And also right here we have the rendition of the landscaped areas and the pool. Okay, and an aerial view of the 5th floor amenity area. And we also have the pet park. So this development, Sync, is a pet-friendly development. Outdoor play area, additional function rooms aside from those existing for the S and Y towers. The fitness center, leisure pool, our leisure pool deck, lounge areas, additional function room 3, sky deck, and right here is an overview of the sky bridge. So as mentioned po, interconnected yung towers natin within the sky bridges. So right here, as we can see from the S to C, right here, this would be the access towards the bridge. We also have here also from S to Y, and then also from Y to N, and even from N to C towers. So this would be the look of the sky bridge and its amenities. Okay, and this would be the summary of our amenities naman. So for the phase 1 and the phase 2. So for the sink towers, we actually call it as an hyper amenitized development for its a wide variety of amenity offering. So moving on for the typical layout of a studio unit. So we actually offer at around 24 square meters of a studio unit. And right here, we highlight the work from home provision. So for all of our units, there will be a work from home provision. So there will be outlets as well. And the second would be the kitchen upgrades. We have the cabinets, not just the typical cabinets or the laminated cabinets, but cabinets with glass doors. Aside from that, we also have the pull-out pantry drawer and range hood. Okay, so right here we have the washing machine provision, as well as the toilet and bath upgrades. So what are the upgrades? So the glass shower enclosure and the bidet, plus of course the basic smart home devices. So all of our units are smart home ready. Moving on to our typical one-bedroom unit layout. So this is at around 41 square meters, having the 5 square meter area as the balcony and the 36 square meters as the living space. Okay, so as we enter here, we have the kitchen where we can find the kitchen upgrades. Of course, the cabinets with glass doors, the pull-out pantry drawer. So for a typical one-bedroom, there will be a pull-out pantry drawer, a range hood, and sink with drain board. And as we proceed here, we can find the living area and the bedroom area as well. And as we enter the bedroom, we can access the toilet and bath, where we can find the glass shower enclosure, the bidet, and the provision for the washing machine. And lastly, the balcony area, which can be accessed through the living room. So for our one-bedroom units and up, our provision for the ACs would be split type already. So for our bigger units, split type na po yung provision natin, while for studio units naman, it's the typical window type. Okay, so this is a sample render of a typical one-bedroom unit. Okay, so proceeding to the bigger unit, so an executive one-bedroom naman, which is at around 50 square meters, and its balcony is at around 8 square meters naman. So the main difference lang between the executive one-bedroom and then the regular one-bedroom would be the utility room. So it actually adds up to the space right here. And basically all of the provisions and the inclusions would be the same as well. Yeah. So moving on to our two-bedroom unit, specifically the unit 1 at 85 square meters. So for this specific unit or cot, we have a bigger size of balcony, which is at 10 square meters, and 75 square meters would be dedicated for the living space or the unit itself. So for this specific layout, we have here, this would be the entrance door. And as we proceed here, we have the kitchen. And on the right side would be the utility room. So this would be the utility room. And right here, we can find the toilet and bath. So for this side, we can find the bedroom 2, wherein the toilet and bath has dual access. Okay. And as we proceed here at the master's bedroom, we can find the master's toilet and bath. And if we can notice, there are 2 access towards the balcony. So the first one would be from the living area and the other one from the master's bedroom naman. Okay. And since split type AC yung provision natin, there are allotted spaces right here for the condensers. Okay. And we also have a bigger cot at 87 square meters of a 2-bedroom unit. And this would be a rendition of the 2-bedroom unit. And lastly, the biggest cut at around 105 square meters, the executive two-bedroom unit naman. And these are the renders of the executive two-bedroom unit. Okay, so now proceeding to our key plan. So starting at the fifth amenity floor, right here we have some of our residential units and a number of our amenities. So it includes the fitness area and even the landscape and jog trail outside this floor. At the sixth floor, same as the fifth floor, but for this layout naman, we can find an open lounge instead of the fitness area. And from the open lounge, there is a view of the pool area already. And aside from that, the outdoor amenity areas and the sea tower. So for these units right here, it will be facing directly the outdoor amenity area. While on the other side naman, some will be facing the Yakal Street. On this side, the White Tower, and on this side would be the Libby's area. On the seventh floor, which we call the low zone, we have around 14 units in this floor. For the low zone at 8th to 26th floor rather, we have 16 units to a floor, where we have more one-bedroom units and some two-bedroom, and we also have 5 units for studio cuts. And lastly, the high zone naman, which is at around 14 units into a floor. So this would be the unit mix and floor density. So for the end tower, for a studio, we have around 150 units. And for a one-bedroom, 215. And for a two-bedroom naman, it's around 90 units. So having a total of 455 units all in all for the end tower alone. Okay. And also the unit upgrade summary. I'll be also providing this together with the other materials. Okay, so this would be our value proposition for the sink. So when everything is in sync, life is amazing. So to live secure, live yourself, live near, and live convenient. Okay, so proceeding to our pricing, promos, and timeline. So right now, for a studio unit, the price range would be at 6.4 million to 6.7. While for a one bedroom, it starts at 10.2 million to 12.7 million. And lastly, for a two bedroom, it's at 17.2 to 24.4 million naman. And for our parking levels, it starts at podium 2 to podium 4 at around 1.2 to 1.3 million. Okay, so for our terms and discounts, starting with our promo term. So right now, we have a specific promo term for a two-bedroom unit, which is 10% over 72 months. And on top of that, 10% of the net TCP, or an additional 2% every 24th, 36th, 48th, and 68th and 72nd months. There will be an additional 2% monthly payment aside from the 10% over 72 months. And the remaining or the retention balance will be paid on the 73rd month already. And aside from that, we also have a promo term for a one bedroom, which is 15% over 72 months and 85% would be the retention. Now proceeding to our standard terms, which is applicable to all of our unit types, starting at the 20% over 72 months and then 80% would be the retention. For the with spot term, we have 10% spot down payment on the first month, and then 20% will be spread over 71 months, and 80% would be the retention balance. So for this specific scheme, the clients can actually enjoy up to 5.5% payment term discount. Okay, so for our deferred scheme, we can offer 100% over 73 months with 12% of maximum rebate for the payment term. And lastly, the cash term, where the clients can enjoy up to 15% payment term discount. And right now, since kaka-launch lang ng tower natin, the clients can still enjoy an additional launch discount of 5%. So it's still applicable up until the end of this month. So we can still offer it to our prospective clients. So that's on top of our maximum rebates per payment scheme. Okay. So our target turnover for the Sync N would be around Q4 of 2028. So that basically ends my presentation for the Sync Tower. Any questions po so far?
Thank you so much, Cherry. Of course, we will be answering the questions now. Okay, so what are the entry points, or how many entry points are there for this development?
There are actually two main access points. So the first one would be along the C5 road right here, and the other one naman from the Yakal Street. So there will be two entry points.
What exactly does WFH provision means? Just additional outlets with additional costs?
Yes, actually for the work from home setup or provision, there are additional outlets lang specifically for computers and even laptops. So yun yung pinaprovide natin inclusive of the deliverables inside the unit. But in terms of the tables, of course, the clients or the unit owners will be the one providing it already. So provision lang naman siya. Ayan.
Ayun. So I hope that answers your question. And okay, so later po sasagutin din natin yung mga questions about broker licenses. All right. So after the presentation. So for now, we only focus on the questions about the projects. So while we're waiting for the rest of your questions, we will also be rolling out a poll. Okay, Paul, i-roll out natin yung poll. So which of these exclusive Sync amenities appeals to you the most? Is that the big open lawns and landscape gardens, fitness area, indoor leisure pool and pool deck, and the sky bridge and the sky deck? I personally like. Kasi when I joined the launch, the technical briefing,
Yes.
I particularly love the sky bridge because I love
same
heights.
with me.
Ikaw ba? That's also
Ako
your
din.
favorite?
Yes, the sky bridge. So aside
Ayan.
from that, we also have there yung amenities natin situated there.
Yeah, parang kulang to. May kulang na isa. Ako, I also love the pet park. Because like that's the I think that's the first, right? That's the first
Correct.
tower
It's
that
pet friendly. Correct.
Yeah, the first tower that I've encountered with a pet park. So yes, being a fur parent. Okay, so let's answer some questions as well before we roll out the results of the poll. Where are the showrooms for Sync? Can we bring clients there?
Well, actually, right now, we still do not have a model unit or a showroom specifically for Sync. Pero imagine yun, no, na-sold out na natin yung SNY. Wala pa man ding model unit.
Kaya
But
nga.
we are looking forward to its launch, yung ating model unit this November. So wala pa lang pong announcement, Miss Ice, no, with the specific dates kung kailan siya i-open. But they are looking at November. So babalitaan natin sila in terms of the opening.
Ayun, that's great.
Yes, so in case lang naman that there are existing clients na gustong like mag-reserve or visit our showrooms for sample units lang din, they can proceed to the Robinson's Galleria. We have there the City Life Gallery. We have a number of showrooms there and model units. You just have to coordinate with me at least a day prior na lang para I can schedule their appointments.
Ayun, so I hope that answers your question, Bianca. And of course, you can coordinate with us once it's already open, okay? So that we can book a schedule for you. Okay, another question, what is the reason of putting the sky bridge?
Well, of course, first, of course, to maximize the view of the area, since we have here a city light view kasi, no, since it's along C5 road din, and may mga nearby CBDs tayo such as PGC, Makati, so it maximizes the city view as well, and to also give what you call value to our amenity areas, since mas kakaiba siya kung nasa higher level than that of those compared to the lower floors na usual naman na sa ating mga projects talaga.
Ayun, thank you for that. And I think just for me, no, personal opinion ko lang din, skydecks are always pretty to be in kasi nga you get the entire view, diba? Just if you want to relax, of course you are living in a condo unit. So if you want to just have a walk or have a view, or just take a break from a long day, that's a very good place to be in. Okay, so next is, how is this location in relation to earthquake fault lines?
Okay, so thank you for that. No, so for the fault line naman, I believe our requirement is around 5 meters away from the fault line, and sink is 50 meters away from the fault line. So safe na safe naman tayo with that.
And then another question is, when will this deck be shared and how can we reach you for appointments? Okay, I'll be posting here yung link natin. That's elite.omyhome.com/login. Please log into your Elite portals. You can request for sample computations, the presentation, booking a tripping. You can do all those things. Just go to your Elite portal. So to those of you who are watching via Facebook Live, we will also be sending the link on we will also be posting the link on the message portion of the Facebook Live. Okay, so these are the results of the poll. Okay, everybody liked the Sky Bridge. Okay, so diba? Kasi something unique. I mean, you can just go around. Maybe one of the questions that we want to ask is, if you're going from the Sky Bridge, can you just enter any of the towers, even if you're not from the other towers?
Yes, actually, for this specific level, yes, they can access different towers, since meron din tayong different amenities there, wherein it can be shared between the homeowners naman, regardless of which tower are they from.
Ayun. So shared amenities among all the towers.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. I believe we've already answered all the questions. So Cherry, thank you so much for giving us your time again for this presentation. And to those of you again who would like to request for the sample computations, the inventory, and other materials, please log into your Elite portal so that you can request from there.